Hi everyone, welcome back to MovieJube. I'm Jade and I'm here with Jordan.
Hello.
And Nick.
Hello.
And the three of us are going to be discussing and giving our thoughts of Season 4 of Stranger Things on Netflix. So if you're excited, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe and hit the notification bell and comment your thoughts on Season 4 as well. So, spoiler warnings, we will be, discussing spoiler-filled things. So keep that in mind and let's get into it.
Yeah, so who wants to go first? Who wants to give their opinion?
I don't know. Who wants to start first? There's so much to unpack here.
Jade, go for it.
Okay. I really enjoyed this season. It was very scary as well, like some scary moments. But I really liked it. I think there was a good mix between some like more lighthearted kind of sweet things and then some like really intense stuff. But I really enjoyed experiencing Eleven's like rediscovering her, memories and her powers. And that was probably some of my favorite parts. And I liked the team working really well and efficiently together. I feel like they got ish done.
Yeah, they did.
They did.
Alrighty, Nick.
I really enjoyed this season so far, like what we've got so far. I know we're getting those 2 extra episodes in
yes.
July? No, June? No.
July, yeah.
July, yeah.
First of July, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
no, I'm excited.
yeah.
I'm excited to see those. But yeah, I really enjoyed this season. I liked Vecna as a big baddie as well. I think he was probably one of the more threatening characters we've seen so far in Stranger Things. Like, I enjoyed, like, also the power he has is really creepy. Like Jade said, this is a much more darker season than we've had in the past. Like, we're actually getting some creepy body horror and stuff as well. Bodies are raising up in the air, snapping and twinging. It's creepy. But, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the new introduction of Eddie as a character as well. I like him. He's a cool character. I'd like to see... From what we've seen in the trailers, we haven't seen what happens yet. I think that's happening in those new episodes. But I'm excited to see what happens when, we're seeing him playing guitar and all that stuff, like, in these new episodes. But that was shown in the trailer. But yeah, I'm excited to see where his character goes. But yeah, it's awesome just to see the all the characters get back together. I like the rekindling of Nancy and Steve again. I think that's going to be a thing again, and I'm happy it is. But I like it so far, and I'm excited to see where this goes, because I know these 2 extra episodes are going to be extra long. You've told me, Jordan. They're going to be like 2 hours or whatnot, or...
Well, yeah, most of these episodes in general have been really
They have
been long,
They've been long.
I believe that like what the last one of season 4 extends over 2 hours.
Wow,
that's cool. That's cool.
That's like a movie. Heck yeah.
I really like this season. I think this is the second best season of Stranger Things. I think number 1 is the best, and I think season 4 is the second best. And I think because it's different, right? It doesn't feel like it's remixing season 1 again.
No.
I feel like they did
letting it be different.
Yeah, and with a show like Stranger Things, especially something that of this nature, you're constantly broadening your set of characters, and that can be a problem. But I think that they did a pretty good job of making most of the subplots very interesting and focusing on the interesting characters and storylines throughout this season. I think there is some pitfalls, but I think that happens when you grow into a season. It could have some tonal inconsistencies, as you guys alluded to. This to me was a lot darker of a season and wanted to grow into a darker show, which number 1
as
was
they
quite a
age
dark
as
show,
well,
right?
Yeah.
Number 1 it felt very like there's a kid missing, they think he's dead, and it felt very much like it could have just been the sort of first half, until we dig into the supernatural, could have just been like a murder mystery type show. Whereas 2 and 3 could have dug more into it felt a little bit more retro nostalgia in some ways.
Like just neon lights and arcades and stuff.
And not to say that they weren't good, I enjoyed those seasons immensely, but I think this one very much wants to move the plot and characters forward in a darker, more serious direction, and has an intent to tell stories that have arcs, and in doing so it gets darker and maybe makes you question some of the choices. But I think that's good. At the end of the day, it's good storytelling. They're pushing in directions that maybe you don't expect. But I think Vecna is easily the scariest and best villain we've had in Stranger Things. If anything, I feel like having Vecna was like, oh man, I wish we had him since teased since season 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's actually doing stuff. Like,
Yeah.
he's a,
It's cool. It's cool to have a big bad that's kind of a bit more sentient than the other. The others have just been animals, and it's been creepy. The Demogorgon is like iconic, but like he's actually a sentient being, which is cool. And so was the Mind Flayer. So was the Mind Flayer, but to some degree, it was just like a big animal at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like at the end of season 3,
and they
like,
didn't really do much. Like,
didn't do much mind flaying. No, didn't flay much minds.
Yeah, Vecna's, he's out there. He's 30 and he's flirty and he's having fun.
He's having fun.
He's definitely doing stuff.
He's spreading his feelers. You know, like he's just he's feeling
precisely.
it out.
Yeah, I think that's actually what they pitched when
He's trying. I like that they went darker with a lot of the things, and as I said, when you're doing this, it can be a conflicting thing. But I think it's good storytelling because you're picking the characters that you want to further, and some characters can get left behind because of that, and that can cause some inconsistencies. But I think it really helps a lot of characters shine this season, especially like Sadie Sink, which is Max.
Max
was excellent this season, and I think she had the best overall arc of a character. And I think also 11 was fantastic this season. We got to learn more about her. I do have some inconsistencies with her story that I'm a little bit confused about.
Yeah,
I'll get into
I feel like we
later.
all do,
And but overall, I really dug this season. It sucks that they're doing the next two parts later. I want to finish it, finalize it. But I understand with things happening, and you want to finish those VFX, make it the best possible. So I'm happy to wait. But Nick alluded to it. I think the trailer kind of did the season a disservice by showing a lot too much.
Yeah, and it showed things that are clearly from these new episodes. You know what I mean? Like they did a trailer for a season that we're not having yet. We haven't got yet. Like,
spoiler alert. Nancy's stuck in the Upside Down, and it looks like Eddie is going to play the guitar to distract. Or get Nancy back on track.
Yeah, it's gonna play some
maybe play her favorite song.
So it's like. And maybe, look, we don't know if it'll succeed or not, but I think they could have done with not showing that. But yeah, overall, I really like this season. I like the 11 plot. I really like what they did with Sadie and the gang with Sadie, with Dustin and Eddie. I think he was a great new character. The boys, Mike
and Will
and stuff, and Jonathan kind of got left in the lurch a little bit. Just
near the end of the
not
season.
All of them. 2 of them were getting high.
The sister and he's what's his friend again? I forget his friend's name, but he's a cool dude.
I don't know, but yeah, and the Russian subplot, I enjoyed enough. I didn't think I would enjoy, but I did.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see where it goes.
I expected to dislike it, but yeah.
I thought that they took it like he's the guard friend. I thought they could have taken that in a very stereotypical direction, but I kind of liked that he was just a nice enough. Like he was obviously doing some pretty bad stuff, but like they kind of built a little bit of a bond, and it didn't go in such a stereotypical way. So I kind of liked that.
Yeah, me too.
It didn't go like you Americans are all right. Like it didn't do that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like like super stereotypical. Like
no, definitely they did a really good job of Hopper's not a hero, and they didn't try to make him a hero.
No, he keeps messing up. Like his plans aren't foolproof. You know what I mean? Like
and even just his mindset.
Yeah.
I think
I was about to say I liked this way that he was kind of explaining himself and portraying himself. He thinks of himself in quite a low light. Like he thinks he's quite a despicable person who doesn't really deserve redemption or safety or being seen positively by 11 or sorry, what's her name again? The lady starts with a J.
Joyce.
Joyce. Oh my god, I was about to say Jolene.
Jolene.
But yeah, no. He sees himself in this really like dark light, and like he kind of deserves this, and it was just made a really interesting dynamic between him and that guard, and I enjoyed that more than I thought I would.
Yeah, they're really pushing his character in a darker direction, but it's bad. But you look at that arc, right, and you're like, oof, it seems like he may be destined to kind of sacrifice himself for 11 to make himself feel worth or something towards the end of this show.
But he kind of pseudo did that in season 3 as well. Do you reckon they'd do that again?
Yeah, I think anything's possible with these kind of things,
I did feel like back to the trailers doing the season a disservice. I liked, for the most part, I liked the Russian arc, especially when they got to the Demogorgon fight as well, which was really cool. But I do feel like the trailer did do it a disservice where it's like, he's escaping, and I'm like, well, no. he doesn't escape, he's still got to fight a Demogorgon. So I was kind of taken out of that part of the episode where I was like, well, he doesn't escape because he's got to get back to the jail to fight a Demogorgon. So I was like, I wish they didn't show that because that kind of took away. I knew he was going to get captured again when Hopper left for the first time.
Yeah,
and I was just like, I don't know if that really I don't know if that dulled the viewing experience for you guys, but I was just like, I know he's getting back, so I was like, there's no risks here. Like, you know what I mean? Like.
Right. Yeah. No, I can understand that.
There was some parts where the trailers kind of did that to the show itself, but for the most part, the Russian part wasn't as cheesy as number 3. Number 3's Russian experience with the underground under the mall was kind of hokey, like in a good way, in a good 80s secret spy way. But I do feel like this took it to a more real and dingy place, like with the jail here. Yeah.
It felt less. The whole season felt like it had more stakes.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
It felt like it was, and I like this, like it was both entertaining, but it also felt like it had a story to tell despite what you want to happen, and I kind of like that. You feel a bit more edge of your seat. You know, you feel a bit like Vecna's killing people and things are going down, and it may not work out for the characters you like, and things may not go the way that you expect.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that in a show, whereas I feel like 2 and 3, although I really enjoy them, do feel like it's just feeding you fun nostalgia, retro stuff with horror tinge vibes, and that's fun. But I like that.
Like synthwave,
Yeah. This feels a bit more focused, and I will get into some of my discrepancies of like that focus being at the behest of like maybe causing some inconsistencies, and maybe them floundering in season 2 and 3 caused some problems with the narrative run through and how it kind of fits in together. But overall, I really liked it. But as I said, when you're pushing a story like this and you're making characters push through to arcs, I think some swim wonderfully and some drown, you know, and I think Will in particular and Mike kind of got left to the wayside, and I didn't think they had very interesting arcs or anything to do at all, to be honest, in this season.
No.
Besides just kind of be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they went on a bit of a journey
and just be like support characters for 11.
Yeah, and they kind of went on a journey to Dustin's girlfriend's house to hack into Nina, but that's about all they've done, and we didn't see them at the end of the season, so I hope we're definitely going to see more of them in these new episodes.
But yeah, I guess we'll go through any pros and cons and talk about that. But first, let's jump in. What's your favorite episode?
Ooh, I can't pin what was to what, but it had to be the one with Max's scene with Vecna.
Yep.
With the Kate Bush song playing in the background, like, oh my god, what a fantastic scene!
As she was running.
Oh yeah, like that was a fantastic episode.
Yeah, that was an incredible moment.
Yeah.
I'm really not too sure which was my favorite episode. I'm so sorry.
You can't pin what was to what. Yeah,
that was episode 4.
I kind of binged it a little bit.
That's kind of the problem with binging it all together. It's kind of just amalgamates all together. I don't know what was with what, but yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, John?
My favorite was Dear Billy, which is episode 4, which
Dear
is
Billy,
the one with the Max scene. I thought that was such a fantastic episode and focused on Max so spectacularly, and I thought it was a really cool metaphor and showcase of like depression and showing that she has
trauma.
She fights to live for what is there for her, and I really loved the sequence they did there, and I thought it was really spectacular. But overall, I can't really say enough good things about this season. I think you could say some plot lines are better than others. There may be a little bit too many characters stuffed into one show. They keep adding characters, and it's like getting a little bit like we need to sort of maybe focus more on Endgame. But I do really like what they did with most of the character season. But when I talk about I think I liked 11's plotline the best, but I think Max overtook 11's, mainly because I have a lot of inconsistencies with 11's.
Me too. I liked it so much, but I was very confused by certain things.
Yeah, and maybe they look, I'm not going to harp on it too much because maybe they will explain it. But the backstory of Vecna, which I thought was very cool, although a little vague at times, like he just liked spiders and clocks. Clocks was a very cool visual, though. Very cool visual.
I feel like they did visual. I feel like they've done visual over storytelling, or over making it make sense.
Yeah, because
like spiders be cool.
Yeah, so his backstory, although cool, we didn't really get to dig too much into it, but we still have 2 more episodes
he had the power.
And season 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, like is he the first natural?
Like whether he had the power like from birth, or whether he only gained it once he went to this house, or like none of it was really clear. It's just he was like, I don't like to conform, and I was like, lots of people don't like to conform, but they don't have powers.
And they don't kill their parents.
How do we get here?
And they don't kill their parents and their sister, their mum and their sister.
Murder them.
You think we family? What the bunny do, man?
What the bunny do, huh?
That bunny do, man.
But yeah, no, I agree. Like, it makes me wonder if he's like the first natural ESP user, like, you know what I mean? And then, how does one get those powers?
And my discrepancy comes from like 11's memories and also what was the machine called? I'm sorry, Nick. You said Nina?
Nina. I think it's Nina. I think it's Nina.
Yeah, Nina. Maybe it's Nina. If not, we're calling it Nina.
Nina.
Yeah, it's Nina.
I didn't like. It was a bit vague on how that machine worked and what they were doing. I didn't feel like they dug into that too much. But regardless, we were looking at memories, and I was like, okay, so she just forgot all this. It seems all very important. But then I was like, trauma can have an effect on people like that. Maybe trauma.
And that's quite a traumatic thing to for sure.
Oh yeah.
But then I feel like where they were like, hey, this is a really cool story, but they just didn't really cover their tracks in season 1 effectively enough. Because I was like, but in season 1 she can't talk. Hopper teaches her how to speak.
Yeah.
She doesn't even know how to say like Eggos or waffles. She can't say hi. She can't speak.
But no, I think she chooses not to speak.
No, remember he teaches. They go back, watch her. He teaches. I'm pretty sure he teaches her how to speak.
Well, maybe
like he corrects her like pronunciation and stuff. But in these memories, she's speaking sentences to Vecna. Maybe we are going to get a reason, but I thought that was a bit of an inconsistency because at the start of season 1, they make such a big ploy for like I believe it's Mike and Hopper, like kind of teaching her how to speak. She can't pronounce words correctly, but in these memories, with Vecna and stuff, they're having back and forth conversations. Not super eloquently, but she is speaking and she's hearing people speak English back and forth to her constantly. And I was like, I don't know how, like.
But maybe her adult.
Maybe the other kids there could also speak perfect English.
Yeah, they were all speaking.
Was she the only one that wasn't taught?
Yeah, like she was kind of mute. Yeah, and it's like maybe her adult version in these memories is speaking and filling the gaps because like it's a terrible comparison, but like it's kind of like the hot tub time machine kind of thing where you look in a mirror and you see the younger self of you. You know what I mean? Like she's her current age in this, but in any reflection in this Nina memory, she's younger. So
yeah, and I get that. But
maybe her adult version.
Like, why is everybody else speaking? Perfect.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, did she skip a couple of classes? Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, I do agree with that. Yeah.
Look, totally, you can get over it, but it is one of those things where it's like, did they just not have that written in at the time and they didn't think about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just trying to retcon it. Like, what's going on?
I think it's a bit of a retcon.
Correctly remembering, but in season 1, she can't speak barely at all, if I remember correctly.
Like, no, she
can only say Mike. She's like Mike. She's like Mike. That's what she said, Mike. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's like, trauma.
Yeah.
Forget, like,
Maybe trauma made her forget it. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe the power, we have powers in this universe. You can always rewrite anything. The powers knocked the English language out of her.
She's like Samus Aran just to get her stuff back.
Yeah, that kind of made me go.
Yeah.
They're all speaking perfect like sentences, and she's talking back and forth with Vecna and Papa, and everyone's talking.
Yeah, with Papa. Papa's speaking complete English to her. She's responding,
And all the other kids are speaking proper sentences, and Vecna is speaking like. I just was like, that's interesting. Like, how did she not know how to speak?
I also want to know, does all the staff members or do the doctors know that all of this happened? Because they must know who Vecna is because they have footage. There's when she's lying in the tank. There's all the footage is playing around them. They're replaying these memories. They have
no. Sorry to interrupt you, but
but
I do believe
strange,
that's
right?
just her memories projecting on the TVs. So they're
pulling the memory.
A lot of the times
the
cameras were shut off.
Yes.
It does make a point to show you the cameras were off.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe they're seeing.
That was
they're
just
seeing
her
this
memories projecting. This is like they're seeing what happened for the first time.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, it kind of is hinted. I think there's the other guy that is kind of like wants to help 11, but he still brought her here, talking to Papa, and he said you should tell her the truth. Like, so maybe he does know. Maybe. About like number one knocked Papa out. Like, I'm sure he knows number one did something.
It is interesting. It is interesting that they had number one working as a guard, and they had that nullifying chip in his neck. Like, definitely was to dull his powers down for sure.
To suppress him and keep him prisoner there because he couldn't control him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they wanted to replicate him, but with the ability to control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I just had some inconsistencies with that aspect of it.
Yeah.
It just didn't seem it lined up with where we meet 11 in season 1.
Yes.
True.
Like, I was just like, I don't know how you, like, you know, maybe that can happen with powers and even trauma. Like, I'm not too sure, but yeah. Overall, I like the Max and 11 storyline a lot, and also like the Nancy and Steve. I agree with you. I don't want to get too personal because I know that people are dating in real life, but I think that on screen these characters, Steve and Nancy, have a lot more chemistry, so I like them together, and I think that that's a good mix.
Who's dating? Who's dating in real life? Give me the goss.
I think Nancy and Jonathan are a couple.
Yeah, Jonathan in real life. Yeah. I've been doing a while.
The Duffer Brothers are going to tear them apart, just rip them apart.
We're going to do it with Vecna, man.
The ship has sailed. We're shipping Steve and Nancy. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, well, we always have. We never stopped.
We're always rooting for Nancy and Steve.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, I really am excited about the next 2 episodes because I really enjoy this season as well. Yeah.
It's gonna be like another 5 episodes, like the length of getting here.
Yeah, true.
Also, we should talk about the visuals were great.
Oh, fantastic!
Sound design was great.
CGI was amazing.
Yeah, especially in, I think it's episode 4. Yep. I believe it's same as episode 4. The Max scene was very well shot, but also there was the one shot where the FBI agent is taking the boys out of the house, and that's a complete one shot.
Ooh, cool.
That was epic.
That was cool.
Yeah.
It was very cool. Very surprising.
Yeah.
Like, this man was just a lounger, just eating some pizza. And he's like, let's go.
That was very cool, yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
That was great camera work. Stranger Things continues to be the standout on Netflix, like, of event television. I know there's other shows that are, like, fantastically written and things, but as in, I think it brings such a good level of event television that is both like fun and popcorny, but also pretty well written for the most part, and has good arcs and good storytelling, and I think it succeeds very well.
Yeah, for sure.
Agreed. Yeah.
Vecna's cool. I want to see more Vecna.
Give us the Vecchi.
Vecna Kruger, we call him now.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
They finally did mention.
Yeah, they mentioned it as well. We were all like, are they gonna mention it? And
not only did they mention it, Victor Creel is Robert Englund. I don't know how to say his name, but he is the original Freddy Krueger actor.
Yeah, I didn't. My stupid ass did not recognize that. You're like, it's Freddy Krueger. I'm like, is it? Like, I did. I'm pretty sure it is. It is. I think it is. It very much is. Yeah.
Yeah. I noticed it immediately. Turned around. I was like, that's Freddy Krueger. I was like, it looks like Freddy Krueger. And with bubbling eyeballs, which was like, honestly, the season was lots of scary stuff. That was the one part I was like,
why were they so pussy? Gross.
He got cheese coming out of his eyes.
They should have been healed by now. What's going on?
I also liked what is I always blank on again. Maya Hawke. His character. I forget her name.
Oh.
The one that becomes friends with Nancy.
Oh my god, yes. Yeah, and best friends with Steve. Oh god, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I forget her name.
I love.
She was good.
I love that
calling
part.
her Maya.
Oh yeah. No. I love that
part. It starts with an A, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm thinking of an A. Oh god, why am I blanking? I love how he's like, Eddie, you know so and so. She plays in band. She's like, do.
Yeah, she's great.
Oh, she's such an awesome character. Can you look it up for us, Jordan? We're blanking.
Yeah, I am now.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, it was such a good season, I thought.
It was. It was.
It was a little slow in some parts, but it was just building, and I think where we got to in the ending was awesome.
But I think that's the nature of Robin. That's
Robin. Why did I think A?
Robin. But yeah, I think saying that there's slow part. I mean, that's the nature. I think that's the nature of Netflix, but getting all the episodes at one go and finishing in a weekend as well. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like if it was week to week, you wouldn't feel as slow. But I do get that. I think it's the nature of binging as well.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad that they're taking time. Like, as much as it sucks, I want to finish it. I do think it helps it stay in the sort of news.
Yeah, it keeps it relevant. It keeps us all waiting and looking forward.
About it a lot more, which is good. Yeah. Not looking forward to it, just looking forward.
Just looking forward.
Keep looking forward.
Keep looking forward. We're always going forward.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You said looking forward, but then you look to the left, Nick. You're like looking forward.
that's forward for me right here.
But yeah, overall, it was. I'd probably give it an 8.5
Nice.
because some storylines for me weren't as interesting, a little bit repetitive in some little aspects, and it had a little bit too much coincidences to make things work story-wise. But I do like what they did with the arcs, and I do like where we ended up, and I like most of what we got here.
Yeah.
Totally
really
agree.
well done.
Yeah.
Cool.
Alrighty, everyone. Please make sure you let us know your thoughts of Season 4 in the comments down below. And please make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. And we will see you in the next one. Say bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.